Turn around, I can't see your face. Tell me, where did you go? Was it something I did, something I said that made it all fall down? Baby, I need to know, 'cause I'm losing my faith, and the more I give, the less I get. Always saying that love takes work. It's been a bumpy ride. I know how hard you tried, but holding on just makes it worse. It's best to walk away if it's our time to say goodbye.
Welcome to Barcelona. The Circuit de Catalunya opened in 1991 and has since been a constant presence on the F1 calendar ever since. It's known for its mix of high-speed straights and technical corners, long sweeping turns, and it's a circuit that puts aerodynamics and tire management to the ultimate test. By 2004, Barcelona has a reputation as one of the most important rounds of the season, not just for the points, but as a proving ground for car development. With its varied layout, teams often use this race to benchmark upgrades. If your car was fast here, it was fast anywhere. Measuring at 4.6 kilometers with 16 corners, the track combines a long start-finish straight for slipstreaming with a series of demanding corners that punish poor balance and setup. Overtaking has always been difficult, meaning qualifying performance is crucial. From its debut, Barcelona has delivered memorable moments, including in 1996, Michael Schumacher took his first Ferrari win. In 2001, Mika Häkkinen suffered heartbreak when his McLaren broke down on the final lap, handing victory to Schumacher. And in 2003, Fernando Alonso became the first Spaniard to stand on the podium at his home race, finishing second behind Schumacher. A look back at the Spanish Grand Prix in 2004, it was another dominant display from Michael Schumacher, who claimed his 5th win in a row to the start of the season. Driving the impressive Ferrari F2004, Schumacher led from pole to flag, setting the fastest lap on lap 12 with a 1:17.450. Rubens Barrichello secured another Ferrari 1-2, while Jarno Trulli put in a strong performance to take third for Renault. The race featured an aggressive start, with Alonso trying to challenge into one, but Ferrari's pace proved untouchable over the distance. With that being said, why don't we take a look at the few corners that define a lap here around Barcelona, starting off with turn 1, also known as Elf Corner, a heavy braking zone at the end of the main straight. One of the few genuine overtaking spots on the calendar and on the track. Get on the inside line here, you can set up for a line down into turn 2 to control the fight. Into turn 3, we have Renault, a long, high-speed right-hander that tests car balance and downforce. Flat in qualifying, but in race trim, it demands careful throttle to protect the tires. Turn 9, Kemsa, a fast uphill right-hander, taking blind over the crest. It's all about commitment. Lift too much and you'll lose all the speed down the hill into the next straight. And then we fast forward all the way to New Holland, the final right-hander leading onto the pit straight. A clean, fast exit is crucial for demanding drivers as they attack into turn 1. Barcelona in 2004 was a showcase of technical excellence, strategy, and relentless dominance from the certain drivers. With sweeping curves and technical sections, it's a circuit that demands perfection over every lap. So if you want a track that reveals true strengths of all of the cars, Barcelona tests it all. But in the world of Caribbean Motor Racing Sim Club, this will be host to the second round of the CMRC 2000's Grand Prix Championship. In the last round, Cody Lawrence took victory, but it was a difficult one as newcomer Daniel Buttafuoco proved it was a real test, especially through qualifying. But in race trim, it was a brilliant strategy call by Cody Lawrence in the minority to eventually take victory. But the real talking point was towards the end of the race, where a crash took out the second, third, and fourth place drivers that really mixed it up. Now, as we head into Barcelona to really get this championship underway, there is still many parts of this proving ground to be pointed out. Cody Lawrence still can be in within a chance of another championship, but for how long will he have a clean stretch? Talking to him after the race, he's not confident this time around as he knows the competition is going to be fierce. So, as we get ready for the Spanish Grand Prix for the first time in Caribbean Motor Racing Sim Club racing at Barcelona, only time will tell who will take victory here at a layout that we have not seen in many, many years. So it is time to get going and racing for the second round of the championship, as this is round 2, the CMRC Spanish Grand Prix.
Ladies and gentlemen,
I'm your host, Rahul Nasseir, and welcome back to Caribbean Motor Racing Sim Club. And it is time for qualifying for the second round of the 2000s Grand Prix Championship. And what a stack of drivers we have out here for today. 18 drivers and counting at the moment, and they're still filing in fast. We are in store for an excellent Spanish Grand Prix. We are here live at Circuit de Catalunya, Barcelona, getting set to go for qualifying. So 15 minutes of qualifying. It's a slight change on the format here today, but it's not going to hamper any of these drivers because we're going to get some great performances out here. And let's go on board with the first man who's looking to be setting the first fastest lap. It's Evan Steinberg, the American. Earlier on today was commentating on F1, so I hope he's been picking up on what the driver's been doing over there in that world, and now putting all his skills here for today's round. But as he heads into turn 3, it's a little dab and a lift, and then completely flat from this part. Hard on the brakes at the 50-meter mark, and get as wide as possible, get it turned in. Once the nose starts to reach to the apex, then he can throttle out, break in a straight line for the downhill left-hander, bit of lock up on the inside tire, nothing to worry about there as we exit out the corner. Traveling uphill, this part a little bit understeer. Evan's been talking about a bit of understeer in the car, struggling with the tires, overdriving them. That's going to be a very big issue. If you do overdrive these tires and get them wrong, it's going to be a big problem for you. Into the right-hander. And 2 corners left to go. It's the flat out, double right. And is there any chance that we could see Steinberg put down a very quick time that could challenge against the top drivers? But the drivers are going to be chasing down a 1:14.770. Cody Lawrence is going to quickly take that down with a 1:13.877. Regan Milana is going to take him down with a 1:12.877. A lot of 7.7s in there as more times are getting put down on the board here. A couple newcomers here in CMRSC joins us here for today as Layla comes up, P5, P6 for, oh, I should say now as Costa comes across the line. I don't think that was a lap that counted there. Let's take a look at some of the other drivers. That is a driver that we should be looking at closely. Daniel Buttafuoco, great result, P2 in the last race after penalties from Regan Milana, getting a 10-second time penalty at the end of that one. Let's bounce up the audio for you guys at home. Hopefully everyone's doing well in the chat. Welcome, welcome. We were supposed to have a little bit of an earlier start time here. Just reading the chat here. Welcome, Glow, Evan Steinberg. We have Rodney, also known as Mr. Voldemort, and Mr. AC Friends himself, our favorites there, AC Friends. I was commentating for them last week out, and what a great race it was. As Cody Lawrence, or should I say Evan Steinberg, improves his time to a 13.941. I was commentating AC Friends' 24 hours at the Nürburgring. What a great event that was, and shout out to those guys. If you want some proper endurance racing in GT, 24 hours, 12 hours, 8 hours, you name it, it's a great deal. So a couple new liveries as well you're going to see on track. Here's one of them, David Costa. First of all, welcome back, David. The Portuguese driver now returning to CMRSC. We're happy to see him return. And a livery that's very familiar, the red and white. It's a very awesome stuff there for him. A couple other drivers to look at. Christian Ramal was back in cockpit. Doing very well. How is your weekend going? Couldn't be better. I mean, first and foremost, we're very excited for this race. 10 minutes left to go in qualifying, but what a stacked field we have here for the Spanish Grand Prix. This is the first time in CMRC history we've gone to Barcelona, and looking at the time so far, we're in for a very close race. If you are a longtime fan, you would remember back to the 2025 Formula One World Championship back in March. Cody Lawrence dominated that one this time around. Cody has a bit of competition, so it's going to make the championship very close. As Cody Lawrence, as I talk about him, 1:12.510. He's 3/10 faster, puts him on pole, provisional pole, and 9 minutes left to go. So early on in the minority, he's showing himself very quick. He takes down Milana's fastest time of a 12.877. Why don't we also bring up the sector times here as Botafogo goes up to second. Let's try to find it here. There we go. So now, just to get a little bit closer with the action, we can now start looking at the sector times at the bottom. You remember Cody versus Dom, best racing at the end of the season for sure. Dominic took a little bit of a hiatus just due to personal reasons, but now he's back in car and he's piloting the Mercedes. There you see him just exiting out pits, and yes, we are very happy to see him. And of course, your legendary commentator. Of course, I appreciate that. Thank you so much for that. Let's continue here in qualifying. It's not quite over yet. 8 minutes, 30 seconds as Lawrence has found purple in the first sector, but he's not improved that quite much in the middle. Across the line, though, nonetheless, he'll go, and it's not going to be an improvement. It's a lap that he's probably just getting warmed up and ready to go for the next one. Milana takes it into the pits, but he's right back out. Danny Nasseir also staying into the pits. Take a look at those tires. Medium tires for everyone. Danny on the hards. Maybe he might be trying something new. It's trouble for Botafogo. Can we find him? Yes, we do. Smoke lighting up the final corner, the exit, and the Lamborghini takes it to the pits. Now, if you did not tune in last round and you did not hear the interviews, Daniel Botafogo is one of CMRSC's new aliens landing down on planet Earth, as he comes from the land of Nascar. That is one of the pro divisions in iRacing. It's trouble for the Renault, and I think that might have been, could be Parker. Might have been Parker there. He just went wide. 2 Renaults out here for today. Eamon's teammate, Matthews Parker, the Guyanese, as they both exit out of pits. But yes, Botafogo is a very scary driver. If you know anything about the esports scene in iRacing, obviously you know that NASCAR is one of the big iRacing scenes, as Cody Lawrence goes even quicker with a 12.225. Remember, Lawrence did not get pole last round. It belonged to this man here, so we're going to keep close eyes on him in this qualifying session. But yes, Botafogo, a man to look out for in these races. Finished P2, big chance for P1 on his debut race. Unfortunately, just couldn't get it hooked up, especially with the strategy calls towards the end. Lots of other drivers to look out for. Mark Crawford, he had some issues early on, but he's back here in the Ferrari, number 37, is Miro, retiring out of the 3rd lap at Malaysia, back going in racing. But here we go, Daniel Botafogo, eyes are on him. As he comes over the start-finish line to begin his lap, let's take a look what he does around here. Into 1 and 2 and 3, gonna be very quick. No, actually. Takes it very light, is not ready for this lap. Maybe another preparation lap, so we're going to leave him to it. Let's take a look. Cody Lawrence. Is he pushing? No improvement in the first sector. Short shifting 6th gear. No, not him either. Let's take a look. Who else do we have? Let's stay here with Regan Milana. Final corner. Flick it in. And the number 78 car as he races to the line on the front straight. P3 stays 3rd. Almost 8 tenths off. Dominic Mazzuzzo in the Mercedes. On and out lap. And he heads on over to the back straight. P5, Christian Ramau. I think I cut myself a little bit earlier while talking about him, but the Brazilian is back from the Brazilian Grand Prix, the Endurance Championship finale. He has returned here, and we're happy to see him. No sign of his teammate, unfortunately, Eduardo. Hopefully we will see him soon. Great qualifying so far from this man here, Evan Steinberg, in the midst of some of the fastest drivers in CMRC. And he's doing a great job of keeping that Escape 3 Show Me Your Heart car at the top, not to be confused with the official Show Me Your Heart team. The Trinidadian, Nixon Roll, currently sitting P8. Newcomer here, Joho, currently in the pits, brand new livery for them as well. So Sopanen currently in the pits as Eamon improves now to P8. Remember, he started last in the Malaysian Grand Prix, but he was able to work himself through, but unfortunately he did not meet the tire regulation, so he was disqualified out of that race. He has unfortunately lost the 5 points that he would have been awarded to him, so he's going to be on the back foot with this one. And it's only up from here. It's 27-1 in the first sector. He's 7/10 down. Lawrence, 2 seconds off on that lap. And where do we see Botafogo? In the Lamborghini. 3 corners to go for him. P5 bringing out some yellows. And I think, yes, that was Christian Ramau. Final corner for the Lamborghini. Is there any way he can topple pole position? No improvements in the first 2 sectors. He's a second and a half off. Can this lap we watch him push? Yeah, it looks like he's on it. Into 1. 3rd gear. Turn 2. Keeping it in 3rd. Short shift to 4th. Turn 3. Flat out. Right-hander. Get it to the white line. To the outside. P6. Aiming a spear. 13.935. Into the right-hander. 4th. 5th. Down a couple gears. BMW in the way, however. And that's not going to help his case. And, oh, he's just, is he on a lap here? I'm not too sure, but the Lamborghini probably going to be very furious from that. And, oh, battling a little bit there. Probably try to get some room there on the timing. It doesn't look like he is as quick, so I'm not too sure. Maybe that could be a timing glitch on our side. Clearly, the BMW was pushing, not letting out the way, and you're allowed to do that in qualifying. If you are on a quick lap, you have no means to allow the car behind to let through. It's only if you're on an out lap. But it looked like he was pushing, so Botafogo's going to try this one again. Still 17 cars on track. And let's see what he does this time out. Daniel Botafogo. Into 1, 2. Low, a little bit of a twitch there. Saves it. A lot better for 3. 6th gear. Quick downshifts now for 4. 2nd gear, accelerating out. You can see him just slowly releasing the steering. Get to the right-hand side. Brake just before the 50-meter marker. Down to 1st. Accelerate out. Use the traction control to your advantage. He's gone better in his first sector. Down to 3rd gear for the chicane going uphill. This part's really tricky. The exit curb is a little bit sharp. It can throw you off, so you want to try to avoid it. He does so brilliantly. 300 kilometers on the back straight. 3/10 off a pole. Car getting out the way in front of him. 1st gear. Mash out the throttle quick. Swing it to the left. Flick it to the right-hander. 3 corners to go for him. The final 2 corners are flat out. So it's how you get this one perfected. He does so. 1 corner to go. 6th gear. Any sign of a lift? Doesn't sound like it. 1:27 to go. And Botafogo races to the line on a great lap. And he does not go faster than Cody Lawrence. It's a 12.571. He improves on this lap. So Cody Lawrence has really got himself a great lap here. Let's go on board with him. Let's watch the difference. 5th gear. And look at that. He's almost matched his fastest lap time. 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th. 280 kilometers coming up to the left right-hander. 3rd, 4th, 5th gear once again. Almost flat out. Tiny lift. Mazutso personal best. 13.119. Purple in the middle sector for Lawrence. Lockup. Heavy lockup. 1st, 2nd, 3rd gear. Final corner before the final. Flat out. Double right-handers. 2nd gear. Using a bit of the exit curb. 1st corner completely flat. 2nd one, if you overheat the tires, it's a little lift, but it doesn't look like he is. Use all the exit curb. 30 seconds to go. To the line. Cody Lawrence is an improvement. No, it's not. But he's going to take it to the pits, knowing that all he's doing is matching his best. And now here comes Botafogo. 2 improvements in the 1st and 2nd sector. Can Botafogo take pole position here in Spain? And he doesn't. 2/10 off, and he's got 1 more attempt at it. 1 more chance for pole. And the driver's coming to the line now. So Juho to the line. P6. And that's his qualifying complete. Up next, it's P7 of Eamon in the Renault. 1 corner to go. On to the front straight. To the line. And no, it's not going to be improvement. Here comes one of the BMWs as... Ooh, what is going on there? Christian Ramau. Looks like he was warming up his tires, maybe. I'm not too sure, but to the line he goes, and Ramau does not improve as the BMW just ahead of Michael does not also improve. Here comes P3, Regan Milana. Can he steal the show for himself? Big chance of pole position for him for Team Show Me Your Heart as he's on the front straight. To the line. What can he do? And no, he stays third. And I think that might be qualifying done. I think I saw Anderson Baiano just get onto the track once qualifying was completed. Looks like it. So that means that Cody Lawrence has taken pole position here for the Spanish Grand Prix. And you can see the team Show Me Your Heart car ahead is celebrating there. Great lap there for Cody Lawrence. Followed by Daniel Buttafuoco and Regan Milana here for the second round, the Spanish Grand Prix. Great qualifying there, great qualifying there. Congratulations to the top three, Cody, Daniel, and Regan. All right, once we get onto the grid, you guys are going to have about 200 seconds before we get going. Once it's lights out, we are racing. Costa, it is allowed to refuel. You must make your pit stop under green flag conditions. Pits are always going to be open. However, you must make your pit stop under green flag. I'm also not seeing Jaden on the entry list here. I will double check from my side. Best of luck, everyone. Remember, you must change compounds in the race, and your mandatory pit stop must be done in the pits under green flag conditions. If it's a VSC that comes out, pits will be open, but your mandatory tire change will not count. There was only one driver in the last round who was disqualified for not changing compounds, so just make sure you keep yourself in check with that. Best of luck, 2 minutes 35 to go. All right, here we go. So we're gonna get ready to go racing here and get ready for this Spanish Grand Prix. You do not want to go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. We're just entering back into the session here and getting everything ready to go here. This is going to be a very interesting one. In chat, let us know who you're going to be looking out for in this race. Is there anybody you're a fan of? And what are your predictions? All bets are off the table once the lights go out here at Spain. So get your predictions out there early on and ready to go here for this race. We're getting right into the session here. Time is counting down here now for the Spanish Grand Prix. We're 2 minutes to go. Looking at the grid, it's looking amazing there. Tavar in the chat. We miss you, man. We hope we can see you race with us soon. But we're glad to see you in the chat. Take a look at that grid. Front two locked out. It's Cody Lawrence against Daniel Buttafuoco. Then we have Regan. And let's try to see if we can get the rest of the timing on there for you. Yes, we can. Cody, Daniel, Regan, Dominic, Christian, Juho in his debut race. Eamon, Evan, Nixon, David, welcome back. Layla, Matis, Anderson, Miro, Danny Nasseir. Round out your grid. Correct, it's a standing start. Such a big fan of Show Me Your Heart, and you'll be in good ears to know that Regan Milana has been doing a great job of locking them down. But let's get this one underway. Leaderboard is going to be changed for the moment, so you do not have to worry about that. It's going to get updated as soon as these drivers come to the line. But here we go. We're just waiting for the lights to go out. Lights are on your screen. And we get this one underway in just a moment. 1, 2, 3, 4, and it's 5 lights, and it is go, go, go for the Spanish Grand Prix. So, great start there from Cody Lawrence. He holds on to the lead. They head into one. Baiano's got to drive through a penalty. And look at Regan Milana down the inside. Lots of lock up there. The Mercedes of Dominic Mazzuto gets through. Oh, and somebody's tagged. Regan Milana's gone the wrong way around. As they continue on into turn 4. Lots of jostling for position. Here comes Steinberg.
on one of the fittest drivers there. Michael's been also given a drive-through for a jump start. One of the Renaults off the circuit. It's Asseir. Look at that, more side-by-side action. There you see the Brazilian driver getting his way back through on Steinberg. That's Christian Ramau. It's very close up here. There we see a couple drivers getting it wrong at the start. But it is Cody Lawrence with the whole shot here today. He's in the lead. Followed by Buttafuoco and Dominic Mazzuzzo in third position. We don't know what happened, though, however, to the likes of Regan Milana, but he's down in last place. And look at that, his teammate also jostling for positions here, and almost getting into the rear of Matthews Parker in trouble. Up the road, and there's a crash. Now, where are they? There they are, in the gravel. They both, if they can get it going, there'll be no yellow flags for them. Baiano, a driver who got a drive-through penalty for a jump start in this one, as they all continue on here. And once again, trouble. Milana's still in the gravel. And Milana's retired. Regan Milana, after finishing third position, has retired out of the Spanish Grand Prix. Now, why is he retired? It's so early in the race. Yellows can come out and save his race. He could easily be back in this one, but he's out. Meanwhile, look at this battle here. Danny Nasseir and the Williams holding off. Trouble, and Layla tags Danny Nasseir. And that is not going to sit well in the stewarding room. So very, very chaotic start here. Drifting there, Christian Ramau. It's absolutely chaos here in the Spanish Grand Prix, but Buttafuoco and Cody Lawrence trading fastest laps as both of them exit out the picture of Dominic Mazzuzzo. Meanwhile, P4 defending hard from the Toyota into one. Let's get the rear cam going and let's see it. That Toyota nudging his way. Can he find a way through? Not this time around. Meanwhile, some trouble back here. What has happened to Layla? Has got going again. More trouble for her. Let's go back down to this battle here. Swing it into the left-hander. And nose to tail. Into the chicane. And one of your closest battles we have on track. Downshifting. And now Ramau on the back straight. Big chance for an overtake here as he goes it. No, not to the inside. Not this time around. Lock up for both of them. Left-hander. Third gear, fourth gear, downshifted to second. Don't want to lose the car out again like he did last lap. He's a lot more careful. And you can see there, Ajuho is wanting to defend now as Buttafuoco, another fastest lap of the race. But here we go. As for Christian Ramau, he's going to be looking for a move here. Wise for the Finn to defend the inside, but Ramau's going to take it to the outside. Can he get it the long way around? Not this time. Cannot get it done. And Christian Ramau has to move on the inside. It's trouble. Christian Ramau knocking out that one out the way. All right, Christian, you're going to have to let that position back. You're going to have to let that position back to avoid penalty. And Ramau has slowed down. And that was a slam dunk one right there. He's coming back through. And he's good to go racing. And now it looks like, no, not yet. He's still having to let through. It's a nightmare for him. But it's the right thing to do there. As more overtakes here as Parker looking for a move. Into the left and right. And the Renault now, they're battling down in P11. Points are only given to the top 8. So that's one thing to note, and Ramau is going to be right back on it as Lawrence takes back the fastest lap of this race. Buttafuoco, purple last sector. And these two are about to cook up an amazing battle. Remember, we were not able to get this one because Buttafuoco was able to open up the gap early on at Sepang to keep that lead. But now, Daniel on the back foot this time around here for this championship fight, as looks like a cleaner move there for Christian Ramon. He's got the move officially done. It's a clean one, and he's able to carry on his merry way. And oh, trouble for Nixon in the wall out of turn 1. He's in the gravel, but looking like trying to get back on, and does so. Now Buttafuoco, purple in the middle sector, and both of them almost doing identical lap times here. And we are really in store for an amazing fight here in this race. 34 laps of racing. And we're only on lap 5. Michael in the pits for BMW. He was currently on the soft compounds. It looks like those softs have really run down. Fastest lap, 1:14.567, and a correction there. Michael was actually taking his drive-through penalty. Baiano, I believe, also had one, so hopefully he's taken that. But meanwhile here, this battle continues to get more spicy. Here's Buttafuoco into the right-hander. Gap is 4/10. Got tapped by Dominic on T2. Yellow rear wing is that bad. That's what we're getting in the pen for Regan. But wish that we could still have him in this race, because there are yellow flags, there are cautions that could save races. And a bit of a shame for Regan retiring out. It's a shame why he has retired. And who was that going slowly? It's Layla getting out the way, as you just saw in the background there. Dominic Mazzuzzo. And he is losing a lot of time to this front battle, but the more that Cody and Buttafuoco start to fight with each other, it's going to prove very interesting with this fight. Fastest lap was taken. It was Cody Lawrence, but now it's Buttafuoco, 14.3. Into one once again. Let's go on board. And this is what it's looking like here for the Lamborghini as he chases down the Minardi. More lap traffic up the road, and it's P14 of Nixon. And the driver from Trinidad will have to get out the way as soon as possible if the gap is just under 1.5 seconds. Depends on where, though, because it's not a circuit. It's easy to bounce back if a lapped car is in the wrong place. Back straight now for Buttafuoco and Cody Lawrence. Gap is still 5/10. And just exiting out the back straight. And Lawrence is going to want to call out or sing what Sebastian Vettel would sing, the blue flag song, to get Nixon out the way. And on the front straight, potentially we should see that happen. And it doesn't look like it. Possibly not up there. Fastest lap for Cody Lawrence, and I think this is a positive for Cody. Able to get a great slipstream, and very smart there. Nixon getting out the way at a T1. Oh, trouble there! All right, virtual safety car deployed. Virtual safety car deployed. There's no overtaking, no overtaking. And Nixon waiting to the end of the straight to let through Daniel Buttafuoco, and they come in contact with one another. So pits are open. Just a friendly reminder, your mandatory tire change cannot be done under yellow flag conditions. It must be green flag conditions. However, pits are open. There is no overtaking whatsoever, even if you are a lapped car. Your only mission right now is to catch up to the tail end of the field. And I think I see Regan in the chat. Regan, this was your yellow flag to come right back into this race. I told you, man, you got to stay in it. Mark Crawford drive-through for speeding. But Regan, we hope we can see you in the next round at Silverstone. So leaders are on to the back straight. So pit stops now, and remember, in the last race, we did have an early caution, but it was lap 4. This one's going to be a lot more quicker, however. Get a lot of these guys through. So Cody Lawrence, your leader out here for this race, as it stands right now. All right, safety car lights coming on now. Safety car lights coming on now. So yes, safety car deployed out here. And who is that up the road? Michael, you're going to have to pick up the pace. You're going to have to pick up the pace, Michael. You are very far from the field. You are very far from the field. You must catch up. You need to catch up. Full speed, full speed. Please get to the rest of the pack safely. They are on the front straight. And Cody Lawrence enters pits. That's very interesting. Buttafuoco also. I don't think he wants to get caught out at another Lawrence strategy call. They both come in together. That's going to allow now the lead to go to Dominic Mazzuzzo in this one. That is very interesting here. All right, Layla, you're free to go through. Free to go through. Please do so safely. Please do so safely. It's not a rush. It's not a rush. To all lead drivers, please stick to the outside of the circuit. Please stick to the outside of the track. Nixon, you're free to go through. Nixon, you're free to go through on the inside. Michael, you're free to go through. Free to go through. Please do so very slowly and safely. It's able to pass Michael these 3 cars. You can pass them all. And Michael, please catch up to the tail end of the field. So continuing down under this caution period. Oh, and there's trouble here for... All right, guys, please give each other some space. Please give each other some space. And who was that? That was Crawford. It looks like he may have gotten into contact with Biano. I'm not too sure what's happened there. Guys, there's no reason there should be any sort of incident under caution. You guys are doing 100 kilometers. There is no reason for any incident to be going down right now. So for the rest of the drivers who have not caught up to the field, just do your best to speed up and get it there as soon as possible. They are on the front straight. And, oh, a lot of drivers coming in here. That's pretty interesting to note. So, Dominic, your max is 100 kilometers. 100 kilometers. So, pit stops underway for a select few drivers. No worries there, Layla. Just catch up to the field when you can. So Crawford getting a drive-through taken, and there is a bit of damage on that Ferrari after it looks like he made contact with the Sauber. All right, we're going to be going racing at the end of this lap. And who else we have in pits? It's Parker in the pit still. So, karma for Sepang, I guess. I'm not too sure there. Especially a pesky turn 9 curve, the blind right-hander before the short straight. And penalty incoming indeed. There's a lot of stuff going on here. A very interesting bout here for this round. The second round here. Lots of action. And hey, we do love a bit of action. That's for sure. Tunes provided here by Monstercat, and we hope you're enjoying the stream. We're on lap 10, and we go racing very soon. As Nixon, why is Nixon in the wall? That's very interesting. And very, very interesting. I'm not too sure why drivers are on the wall at a caution period like this. And, oh, trouble for Nixon. Nixon has retired it. So I'm not too sure. Nixon hit the wall and is now taking it to the pits. Layla saying cause a crash there. All right, so Dominic, we're going to go for one more lap around, just to get the final two coming through. And meanwhile, that's going on. Make sure to hit the subscribe button. We're on course for 2,000 subscribers here. And seeing Nixon there chatting, what happened? I don't know what happened. I just saw you in the wall there. And oh, a lot more drivers heading into the pits now. And who is that? Crawford. We also have Buttafuoco. A lot of them entering pits, maybe saving some fuel. So very interesting calls. Maybe trying to get some fuel to the very end. That is important at the end of the day, and they're going to be shuffling right back out. So just disabling that Mazout, so you keep carrying on. We'll let you know when you have full control of the pack. So confirm we are going green at the end of this lap. All right, Michael, you have to catch up to the field ahead. And, oh, he's locked up again. All right, Michael, you're staying back there. You have to stay back there. You cannot get your position back. You stay where you are there. All right, so finally on lap 12, we're going to get racing back going. Check out Monstercat if you haven't already. Thank you to Monstercat once again for all the support. All right, leader controls the pace. Dominic, you are now the leader here, and you let us know when we go back racing. Single file, folks, single file. A lot of drivers stepping out here. So here we go. And now we wait for Mazzucco to let us back go in racing. And Nasseir in the Renault, ready to pounce. And we're gone. We're racing. We're going. And it's green. Here now for the Spanish Grand Prix. Back underway. And green flag is under here. Here we go. So, Mazzucco in the lead. There you see Costa trying to get a move down on Nasseir. Cannot get it done. They all file through. Nasseir in 6th, Lawrence in 5th. Lawrence, interestingly, ahead of Buttafuoco. Remember, the Buttafuoco came in earlier for a fuel stop. As you see up the road, look at this move here for Rahul on the outside of David Costa. Great move there. It doesn't look like his nightmare's over yet. Looked like that Minardi was trying to go through. Lots of lockup there from Costa. He's struggling on this restart. Rahul trying to break the gap now and trying to go through. Meanwhile, a lot of action going on in the midfield. Miro going through, followed by Baiano. And we also have here one of the Renaults trying to file up through. Actually, no, that's Eamon. Something's gone wrong with Eamon Asseir. He's gone down the order. He was second. And now he shuffled down to fifth. Behind this pack here, Lawrence and Costa side by side. Costa holds on for third. But this is going to be a very big slipstream battle as they head back on the front straight. Here we go. Lawrence to the outside. Very close. It's going to be 3 wide into 1. It's going to be dangerous here. Side by side. Eamon gets the move done. And Costa's gone down 2 positions in 1 corner. It's a nightmare for him. Dream start there for Cody Lawrence. He's gone up to third now. And so, as we continue here now, it's Dominic Mazzuzzo still in the lead with a gap of 2.3. Remember, he didn't pit. A lot of these drivers did make their pit stops, or not the mandatory stops, but they have fresher compound tires and more fuel that they can reach closer to the end of this one. And still heating up here. Action down here at this part of the circuit. And Baiano looking for a move, as you see just back there. Looks like Parker wanted to get a move done on Layla. Not this time around. And look at this pack. Whoa, straight to the outside the Guyanese goes. Dancing around here. At Barcelona. 1 corner to go for him. And look at this train. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 car battle out here. As we have somebody just entering the pits there. Who is that? That is Michael. Looks like he's retiring it, potentially returning it in the garage, maybe? Looks like it. I'm not too sure what's going on there for him. Meanwhile, that's a bit of a funny one there to look at there. And look at this, the Finn getting the move done on the Sauber, and the Renault trying to fall through. That Lamborghini in the back of Buttafuoco is just watching this action and staying the hell behind from it because he does not want any damage, but he needs to get a move on because Cody Lawrence is making some big strides. Too much curb there for Parker, and he drops down side by side, however, for the moment against Buttafuoco, but he lets go of that battle wisely and continues his way. To Layla against Baiano. And no chance for a move there, but look at that, down the inside. Buttafuoco sneaking a move there and a great opportunity. He needs to get these overtakes done really fast, and he's doing so. He's back up another position. Buttafuoco has the Sauber next to overtake. And looks like he's right on the gearbox. 1 corner and on the back straight. Free slipstream there for him. Gaining, pick your poison, goes to the inside, and looks like it's not going to be a bit of a battle that the Sauber is going to pull off. It's a drag race into 1. Gets the move done there. Looks like the Renault also trying to get through on Layla and the Cupra side by side, and the Italian holding on. And Steinberg gets a drive-through penalty for speeding in the pits. Here comes now Cody Lawrence as he's now challenging the Toyota for second. Remember, Eamon right behind. Lap 15 of 34. We're getting close to the halfway point in this one. Position made there as the Flying Finn. Juho goes through on Miro. Oh, too much curb there. Trouble. The Lamborghini sees it, backs out. And down the inside, that Lamborghini's going to go through on Miro. Can the driver from Belgium defend that? No, he cannot. And just like that, Buttafuoco stretches out and gets the moves done. The Cupra's having a little bit of a sandwich between as Costa gets the drive through for speeding in the pits. That's going to ruin his chances for the front pack. And Miro, that bit of a mistake there. You see both of them, the Cupra's working together. 3 wide here, the Sauber on the outside, and the Italian going through. The Renault trying to get a move done. Can he find a way past? He can't. Down the inside, the Cupra goes through. I think that is Miro. Yes, it is. Little side-by-side action there. A little slide there from the Brazilian of Anderson Baiano. Gets through and safely. Buttafuoco's next target now up the road is the Flying Finn. Juho Sapanen up the road next to overtake. This is your battle for P6. Meanwhile, this battle getting close for second, and Lawrence has gone faster in the middle sector. Very wide there. Was aiming for the moment, and he's just trying to close up. 20 concurrent viewers, thank you so much for tuning in. And yes, I did see Regan in the chat saying, if you are a sim racer out here, no trouble, who is that? That is Evan Steinberg! And he's gone going, and it's just local yellows, and he's got back going. You can save 15% off at Thrustmaster's official website if you're looking for any products on there. Just use code CMRC on checkout. As trouble goes on, oh, it's a big crash! It's a big one there for Parker! Where did the other car go? I saw one make contact. Who's the other? I think he may have entered into the pits. Yes, he was. Who was that? It's Miro coming in the contact, and that's a big crash there for Parker. They both get going, and there's not much to talk about there. And this race continues under green flag conditions. Meanwhile, the battle for the lead starts to begin here as Rahul started and has now closed up 5/10 between himself and Dominic Mazzuzzo. Cody Lawrence in third. Top three within a second. This is your battle for the race lead, and this one is going to get very spicy out here. Looking down the rest of the order, Eamon's got 2 seconds behind. Danny Nasseir 11 seconds behind, but he's in fifth. Here comes Buttafuoco against, that's Rahul, fastest lap of the race against Juho. And this could get very tight between the two here. On board with the Lamborghini. Couple cars coming in for their mandatory stops. Final corner on to the front straight. To the outside. Long way to go for Buttafuoco. And the Finn tries to dive it down the inside. It's close. It's very close. Side by side. Tire and tires. Really close by. But the Lamborghini muscles his way through. And now it's another position. It's 6th place as Steinberg gets his drive-through taken. Buttafuoco's up to 6th. Next car, it's Danny Nasseir. 5 seconds up the road. Meanwhile, this battle's getting a lot more closer as it looks like the battle for the lead. There could be a position change just around here. All within a chance for glory, these top three. And Rahul takes it to the pits. Good call from him. He has not taken a pit stop yet. In fact, all these drivers, if your name is Cody Lawrence, however, you have a bit fresher hard compounds, but take a look at this. Now, doesn't it feel like deja vu? Anybody getting some goosebumps? Because I am. Abu Dhabi 2025. Cody Lawrence against Dominic Mazzuzzo for the top. Cody Lawrence now hunting down, and Dominic is going to remember that hard battle that took the whole race, but Cody Lawrence came out on top. Different cars, different circuit, same drivers. And now Lawrence playing around, looking for a move to get by. You can see that Mazzuzzo's medium tires are not holding on, and Lawrence on a different strategy can go longer. So Dominic needs to think about coming into the pit soon, because those tires are not going to hold up against this fight. His real battle is against Christian Rahul. He's on fresh mediums, and both of them are actually under pressure. Lawrence can go longer, so he's going to be looking into that. What do they do around here? Any pit stops? Just as I thought. I'm not surprised. So, Dominic Mazzuzzo, your race leader, comes in. Oh, he gets a drive-through. No! A drive-through penalty for Dominic Mazzuzzo. And that's insult to injury. Cody Lawrence takes the lead of the Spanish Grand Prix. And fail to prepare, prepare to fail. I'll say that anytime somebody gets a drive-through penalty. And that is going to hurt hard for Mazzuzzo. He's going to be kicking himself there. He's back going. And he's got a clear track behind him. But the top two are shuffled back. And Buttafuoco, remember, he was on the back foot for the restart. And Cody Lawrence, P1 for him. And he still needs to make a pit stop, 21 seconds. Christian Ramau gets his drive-through taken as well. A lot of positions being shuffled up. We don't know where anybody is at this point. And who do we have in chat here? We say there, Martin Webster, welcome, welcome. We hope we can see you racing with us very soon, man. We know you're taking care of the X-Play team. And, of course, the X-Play Game Shop, which... to all our viewers, you can look at the bottom of the stream here. Cody Lawrence fastest lap, 13.774. The X-Play Game Shop, you'll find the location and the scrolling text at the bottom of your screen. Special shout out, of course, there. So, as we continue this race on here, 21 seconds, the gap. Of course, Lawrence has to make a pit stop. As for this man, Buttafuoco, he's a little bit behind, but here we have another battle here. And look at that. This is a classic rivalry. Ferrari against Renault in 2004. Yes, please. Eamon against Mark Crawford. Let's see what can go on here. And Crawford stays in the middle of the track, goes to the inside, defends it. Eamon's got the long way to go around. Is he going to be brave on the brakes? And he is. A bit of fire, I saw. Some flames coming out. Mazzucco gets his drive-through taken, and he's down in 7th. So the Ferrari's been shuffled down, and he's lost out there between himself and Eamon. P5, Eamon Esmer. P4 at the moment. As, what's happened here? Position? And yes, there is a position. Juho gets second. What happened to Buttafuoco there for the moment is Cody Lawrence starting to stretch his wings, starting to use these hard compound tires to the full extent, pushing hard. Meanwhile, Juho making the hards work. Maybe the hard compounds are a lot better around here. And I'm missing P10 on the leaderboard there. Hopefully that's not too important. On to the front straight again. Buttafuoco on the medium compounds. They have to run mediums eventually, because there's no way they're going to be using the softs in this one. So just to update you, everybody has been in the pits at least once with Matisse and Evan. 5 pit stops so far in this race when you only need to make 1 mandatory stop. Layla just behind, making this battle get a little bit more interesting. Lawrence purple in the first sector. And now purple in the second sector. He's flying out there. It's lock up for Layla. One of the only female drivers here today. Not the only female driver active in CMRSC. Into the right-hander, the flick. And then back on. Slipstreaming, looking to get Buttafuoco. And you take a look at these tires strategies. And Layla on the hards. And Sopanen also on the hards, but it's Buttafuoco who had the short-term success being able to race hard, but long-term, it's proving difficult to hold on to these medium compounds to the very end, and proving that potentially maybe even a 3-stop could be worth it. But across the line here, we're coming down to the final 10 laps of this Spanish Grand Prix, and still we are undecided on who is taking victory here today. Lawrence most definitely needs to make a pit stop. He started on those hard tires, and he's been on it for 23 laps. Correction, he did come into the pits during the caution period, so he's about 18 laps, 19 laps on those tires, but still, they're worn down a lot. 22 laps actually or 15 laps, 15 laps. There we go. That's the right information we're looking for. 15 laps, Cody Lawrence. 13 laps on those hard compounds for Sopanen. 13 laps as well for Buttafuoco, but remember, he's on mediums, and Layla also on 13 laps. And Cody Lawrence comes in for his mandatory pit stop. He's going to be on medium tires coming to the end of this one. Has he built up a big gap? How far is he from pit exit? He's exiting, and he might be able to keep the lead. He does so. Trouble, however, for Crawford. And he's got back going. But, there's trouble. What has happened to Buttafuoco? He's got damage. He's got damage. Daniel Buttafuoco, suspension damage on the front straight. It's the worst part of the track to get in. That is huge. That is absolutely huge. And that car struggling to come around. What happened to Botafogo? Did he make contact with Juho? They were both kind of slow exiting out. Take a look. Remember, it was Juho ahead of Botafogo. Maybe it was a mistake. I'm not too sure. But that is big. Ferrari has red suspension. I think that's just a paint job. But Botafogo's championship now, finishing second overall. I think that was a teleport to pits there from Crawford. Yes, it is. And as for Cody Lawrence, the only car to worry about here is Sopanen in his debut race. And here we go. 10 laps to go. The Lamborghini, trouble. And Eamon is going to see that. He's going to dive down the inside. And what went wrong there for him? That is an absolute nightmare. Crawford still in the pits. But this is your big one here. Botafogo. Oh, he's hitting the wall there. Oh, no, he can't even steer the car right. More suspension damage entering in the pits. And he's in. Nursing this car. And look, he can't even turn right. He's in for a stop. Damage is going to start to get repaired. Top 8 gets points. But there you see Danny Nasseir going through. Next one is Baiano. Is there a retirement in this final stage? In the Spanish Grand Prix for him? That would be an absolute nightmare. The Lamborghini so quick in this championship. Getting it wrong here. And Cody Lawrence continuing to lead. Looking to go back-to-back here for the Spanish Grand Prix. Next week out, same time, same place here at CMRSC. We go racing at Silverstone. But it's 2005, so you're going to get the classic livery. And the classic layout. You do not want to miss it. Juho in the pits. So looks like all his pit stops were done under green flag, yellow flag conditions. He's on the hard compounds. We're going to see what happens to him. Aiming out. And he comes across. And he's back out and going. Where's Mazuzzo? Mazuzzo, it's going to be a race out of pit lane, maybe? And no, it's not. Dominic Mazuzzo goes to third. And potentially Mazuzzo could find himself second place. He's 5.7 behind Eamon. Hard tires against mediums. And remember, those mediums are not working well. Any side of the Lamborghini back on track? Yes, he is. He's back out. And he's on hard tires. Going to the very end of this race. So that's good news for him. Botafogo back out at racing. So far in this race, we've lost the likes of Evan Steinberg, Miro Rajwibi, and Nixon Roll. Lap 19 for both Evan and Miro, and Nixon lap 11. And both of them, nightmare stuff for them in this race. And indeed, chat saying, that sucks. Indeed, yes. If you're talking about Botafogo and what went wrong there, it's really put a sad taste now to the end of this Spanish Grand Prix for him. So close, and maybe it might have been a mistake. We haven't seen it fully, so I can't fully assume what happened to him. But nonetheless, though, we hope we can look at it through the replay and figure out what went wrong and if it was a mistake. That is very unfortunate coming to the end of this one. So lap 27. So that means 8 laps to go. And so far, our closest battles we have here is Danny Nasseir against Layla. And just getting word from Eamon from Team NanoShift. Unfortunately, this was going to be one of his final races for a while. Of course, September coming up, so that means a lot of people returning back to education. And Regan straight up ignored it. I'm actually not seeing it on our timing page here. If you take a look at the timing pages, it doesn't even say your retirement on the screens. Lap 28 now, and the BMW gets closer. 1.5. And Danny Nasseir has a chance for P5 now. So this Williams against the Cupra. What's going to happen here? Any chance for an overtake? Potentially. Out of the back straight. Both of them on medium tires. Very interesting to note. So, equal playing ground between them both. But points-wise, Cody Lawrence is going to have a huge lead going into round 3. Eamon second, Dominic third. Remember, Eamon and Dominic never scored any points in the first round. Eamon was disqualified. Dominic, this is his first race of the championship. Juho as well. First points in this one. It all the way goes down to Layla, who's going to continue the points. The first driver. Except for Cody, who's also in the points from the last race. So lap 29 now. Gap is still 1.5 the difference. And now we look up here. Cody Lawrence, 30-second gap between himself and Eamon. And remember, Mazuzzo also on hard tires, but 4.5 seconds. It's not going down as quick as he'd like as well. Danny Nasseir making looks like a mistake there. 2 seconds it's gone up to. So any chance Danny had this lap, not going well for him. But maybe this battle could be interesting. Mercedes against Renault. So let's see what's going to go down here. 3.8. And Eamon's tires are going to start losing grip. Fastest lap again. Cody Lawrence going to get points for the fastest lap of this one, as well as bonus points for pole position. He's truly getting the sweep here today. Fastest lap, pole position, then the race win. He's going to have the broom to himself. Bit of lock up there, 3.5 seconds, and looks like potentially Eamon's tires are starting to get loose now. This battle for the podium still undecided. Remember, the last time we had a battle for second, 3 cars were taken out in one corner. I'm not saying that's going to happen, but I will say fireworks may go off here. Oh, Dominic Mazuzzo, trouble! Around the final corner. Oh, he reverses on the back straight. That's not what he needed. And Dominic making a mistake, and he's reversed onto the track. He's hit Crawford. That is a big no-no there, and that may be a penalty coming his way. Dominic Mazuzzo. Oh no, he's got in trouble. Something's gone wrong. It's like a Mercedes back in 2005 at the Nürburgring. Turn 1, and that is huge. No one caught. Dominic Mazuzzo's retired it. One mistake when he was going to be on the podium. Oh, trouble there for Danny's. He's trying to go through against them. That is huge. Making a mistake there and reversing on the track. Should have kept your mouth shut. I said battle for second, 3-car crash. I did not say battle for third. But Dominic Mazuzzo looks like he's out. He's probably very gutted out of that. He's kicking himself. He's realizing he's just thrown away a P3 and potentially even second place. It's now put up Buttafuoco in the points, up to 8th. And Crawford, the sitting duck, unfortunately, coming around the final corner and seeing a Mercedes reversing back onto the racing line. And that is, well, welcome back, Dominic Mazuzzo, but that's not the way he wanted to return. He knew he had a chance to take second here today, and one mistake just like that, exactly like Buttafuoco. And that's that done for them. Nightmare of a race indeed here at Barcelona. Lap 32 of 34. It has now put up Sopanen on the podium, and that's actually very interesting. So, the driver from Finland has never raced here in CMRSC. This is his first race. He's been with us for a while. He's been with us since We last raced at Imola for the Endurance Championship, but not racing there. And now he's going to get his first podium here if everything stays together. And at this point, I'm telling you, I'm not. Chad is blaming me for a commentary curse, but I promise, it can't be me. It cannot be me. Tough times, it happens. A rear just slipped out on me. And yeah, just as I thought there. Dominic, man, first and foremost, welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for joining us for today's race. You drove a brilliant one out there. It's just a shame that one little mistake caught you off. You're not the only one. But, you know, we hope we can see you next week out. 2 laps to go for Mr. Cody Lawrence. And look at that. He's lapped everybody but the other drivers who are finishing on the podium. P2, Eamon, 40 seconds behind. And then P3 is, oh, look at this. Looks like the move is done. Yes, Layla, an issue there. And now Danny Nasseir getting the move done. And he's got his teammate to overtake here. Lap car. And, oh, what's going on there? Michael, that's blue flags. Michael, that's blue flags. And, oh, there's trouble. 3 cars going off. And Danny Nasseir has been... His teammate, Danny Nasseir, has just lost him a position there. What is going on? Why? Did Michael brake check his teammate? What was that? What was that? That was unacceptable. Absolutely unacceptable. He's a lapped car, and he's braking on the racing line. Intentional or not, that is not how you do things here. And he's going to get a strong word after this race. And it is absolutely disgusting if that is what I think that is. That is not right. That is absolutely not right. He's just costed Danny Nasseir. Oh, and Danny's got trouble. It's too much damage. He can't even hold on to the car. That is just absolutely disappointing. Here comes Botafuoco. That's how bad it got. Oh, touching tires. Danny, oh no, it's trouble for them. Why? The BMW's out for blood here today. Danny Nasseir, he turned in 3 times. He turned in 3 times on him, but around the final corner, Cody Lawrence with everything going on, he takes victory here at the Spanish Grand Prix with what a crazy end to this one. It's insane what's going down here. What a race this has been. Chaos to the very end. Holy smokes, that is huge. Danny Nasseir battling hard, looking for this final move here. He's lost out to Botafuoco, but to turn in like that is not okay. I don't know if it's frustration from the other BMW taking him out, but that is not right if that's the case, if you're going to do that there. But Eamon Espeir around the final corner in a very, very interesting race. He will take second position any day of the week. Second place. And then, finally on the podium, for the first time on the podium, Juho Sopanen in his debut race will finish in 3rd position. 3rd place for him, and he's going to be elated. He's happy with that one. He will take it. But Cody Lawrence, victory out here. Do we still have any drivers racing? I don't think so. They finished behind. And Cody Lawrence, celebrations underway as victory for him. Our camera just getting out there. Victory there for the minority. 2 for 2 at Spain. Blows out his tires. Tradition. What a round of racing that was. Absolute chaos here at Spain. All right. As for that race, that was some fun, but very messy in some parts. I'm just gonna ask everyone in the general chat just to refrain from incident talking, as we're gonna get right into it at the end of this race. So please hold all your comments till then. There's a good amount of things to talk about after that one. But overall, though, we're gonna get into interviews here today. So once again, all comments, hold on to them. But as for the top drivers, it's 2 for 2, back-to-back for Cody Lawrence, taking victory out here for the Spanish Grand Prix. And Cody, another textbook victory out here today for you, and that's got to feel great going back-to-back.
Absolutely. The quality lap came together. I've always struggled with qualifying pace as long as I've sim raced. Finally got a really good lap in the first half of the session. Thought I could beat it, didn't quite. Race start, pretty standard. Daniel was keeping me really close at the before the VSC, and once we had the VSC, we diverged on strategy, and yeah, it worked out. Worked out exactly as I hoped. Car was great. Fantastic.
Built out an amazing gap. We got to ask you, what was the true difference between running the mediums and the hard compound tires? Absolutely no chance that the softs were going to work around here, but what were the main differences you were finding for yourself?
Left side tire temp, really. The degradation and the temp was a lot worse on the medium than the hard. The hard, you could keep pushing, and if I had to, and if the race had worked out the way, I probably could have done 20 plus laps on the hard. That was kind of roughly the plan until the VSCs, but yeah, the mediums are good for 7 laps. Like peak performance, 7 laps. So if we had a late VSC, I would have boxed for the medium, but not much more than that. The hard was just the best race tire, full stop. Better temperature, better degradation, best tire.
2 for 2. You're dominant in this one early on in this championship. I asked you last week, do you feel like there's going to be a bit of pressure on you? But this time now, when you're finishing far ahead of championship rivals, do you feel like the pressure on your shoulders has eased up a bit after this one?
Today was a bit of an outlier. I think Reagan had issues at the start, and then I'm not sure what happened to Daniel, but I think he got caught up at something or some incident. I'm not sure. There was a couple things with blue flag cars, but I mean, I don't know exactly what happened, but yeah, congrats to Eamon, and I believe Joe got P3 in the end, so congrats to both of them for the podiums.
And congratulations to you, P1, and we can't wait to see if this streak can continue into the next round at Silverstone.
Thank you very much. Hope I didn't butcher both of your guys' names. I apologize if I did. But yeah, thank you very much.
So that is Cody Lawrence, ladies and gentlemen, your race winner. Let's now bring up our man who finishes in second place in the Renault. It's Eamon. What a result from you there, sir. Bringing it back together, back on the podium. It's exactly where you belong, and a good race to climb back through there, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a pretty good one. I want to congratulate first Cody on the race win, and I wanted to tell him that if he's not a good qualifier, then I don't know what I am. So he should maybe just leave some pole positions for us maybe next time, like he did in the Formula 23. But jokes aside, yeah, it was a pretty good drive. Had a really good start, but I bottled it a bit. But it was a pretty good recovery drive.
100%. Take us through the strategy a little bit. What was the strategy like going into this race, and potentially was there any mid-race changes going through that one?
Yeah, my strategy, my main strategy was gonna be a 2-stop, hard, medium. But when the VSC came out and I saw that on the hards I was able to stay for that long, I just thought that I would rather take track position, and it paid dividends, so I went for the 1-stop and pitted onto mediums. The mediums, as Cody said, were degrading really fast, especially through the high speed. Any slippage and you're basically out. So by the last lap, I had puncture on rear left on the last sector, so definitely was not a good strategy overall. I just managed to make it stick somehow.
You managed to do so greatly, and you're now in the points hunt one round behind, but we do still have a couple more races left to go. Do you think you have a chance at climbing some big points out here to potentially challenge Cody for the title?
Maybe we'll see what we can do. Cody is very fast, so I don't think it's gonna be very easy, but we'll give it all we have.
Can't wait to see what the team can do. Congratulations, a big result here in your first race of this championship. P2 for you.
Thank you.
Last but not least, debuting, first race, and on the podium right away. First of all, let me get a correct pronunciation of your name. Is it Juho Sopanen?
Oops. Wait, it's Juho Sopanen, if you want to say it in an English way.
Awesome. First off, welcome to CMRSC, and congratulations now on your first podium. First race, first podium. It's just the dream. Take us through that one.
That was an epic race, to be fair. I mean, there was a lot of things happening. Of course, I had to do a lot of repairs on the pit stops, but at least I just said, yeah, F it. I'm just going to go faster and faster every time. Of course, Cody was on another league today, but I think I could go up to challenge him for sure. But it won't be easy, but it will be worth it. To be fair, I want to say a big congratulations to Eamon and also Cody for their shared podium as well. But also Cody was just, oh my god, very, very fast. And of course there was a lot of contact given in the fights, but I did not want to give up. I'm a Finnish person and it's the power of Sisu. I'm not giving in easily.
I love that. Absolute motivation and really putting your name out there, and you wanting to challenge for that title. We can't wait to see what you can do. Of course, one round behind, but you know, better finishing results than your other competitors can really put you up for it. We can't wait to see what you could do out there. Congratulations, a great result there from you, and very soon I think we're going to be calling you our CMRSC Flying Finn.
Well, you can call me Super Sopanen, to be fair.
Oh, I like that one. All right. Congratulations, P3, and we can't wait to see you in the next round, man.
Thank you. Thank you.
Great result there from the top three, and for the rest of the pack, great racing out there, and we're glad to see everyone at the finish. A bit of a messy one, yes, but we're going to talk about that throughout the race debrief now, so if you are free for an extra couple minutes, you are free to join us in the lounge voice chat if you do have to go. We hope to see you next week out. Same time, same place. We're at Silverstone, and that session should be out very, very shortly. Congratulations to all our top three and all the drivers who finished to the very end, and welcome to our new competitors here. We'll see you next week out for Silverstone. And that's going to do it there for this one. Congratulations to all our drivers, and what a race. That was an interesting one. Everything went down, all the action. It's going to be the real highlight of this championship, because I don't think you're going to get races that are more incident prone than that one. Barcelona giving us a treat to the very end. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's race, and we will see you next week out for the third round of the championship at Silverstone for the British Grand Prix. We'll see you then.